Wonderful, wonderful friends, listeners, and viewers. Thanks very much for tuning in and being here with me on the Aspa Radio Network, A1R Psychic Radio, and Moonstruck TV. It's good to be back. And as I'm talking to you, starting my show, Zsuzsanna Medium, with your host, with myself, Zsuzsanna Medium, I am thinking of a country song with some banjo sounds and banjo playing. So my lovely friends, wherever you are listening and watching this show, anywhere in the world, whether it is live or replay or in 2 years time or 5 years time or I don't know how many more years time, if you remember, if you know, or if you still remember any folk music, any folk type music and playing the banjo, then make sure that you post under this particular show, because as I'm starting my show, once again, no idea. I can't think of any song with a banjo. So here we go. I was thinking of all different songs and getting ready for my show, but here we go. I'm always caught by surprise here. So here we go. So this is a psychic and mediumistic and spiritual show where we enjoy talking and love talking about anything spiritual, uplifting and soul empowering and encouraging and inspiring things and conversations. All of us, we are all very, very, I feel gifted. I wanted to say very inspiring, gifted, and very much dedicated to bringing you something very interesting, insightful conversation, and sometimes music, and sometimes dance, and some kind of other things as well. But then you see, you can never be prepared, and this is what happens when you are working with the energy. Oh my goodness, Mr. Day Prince, it always comes together. My show at the beginning, well, it always comes together. Now you can never prepare for anything. You know, let's take life that we can never prepare enough for what is coming to us into our lives. So I'm not talking about the current life 2023, but then isn't that just true that we cannot really prepare? We can have plans. We can have plan A, B, C, K, Z, all the different plans, but we can never really be prepared. And then in that sense, we can never really anticipate what is coming forward and what we are going to experience and what our life is going to be about. Now it's quite interesting because, you know, we can be all different types of people, and it's natural. We need to be alive. We need to be different. We need to embrace our own energies. And some of us are very organized. Some of us have plan A, B, C, K, Q, and so on for all the occasions, especially if you have bigger families, especially if you have bigger or more, not more important jobs, but then things when you really have to be organized, or maybe you've got a desk and you have plenty of buttons to press. You need to know what you are doing, and certain anticipation is always there. But then you see very often, and then see the other type of group like myself, we like being very eclectic. We can have A, B, C plan. We can be very organized. And then the time when we need to be organized, all the plans go out of the window, and we need to be spontaneous, and we need to be brave, we need to be playful, need to be very much in the present moment. So you see, we all come in different sizes and shapes and energies. But then what really brings us together, that our life is flowing, and we are here with this flowing and wonderful, wonderful energy, which is the life force we all share. And then just consider, you can always ask, where is that conversation coming, where you feel that you need to be very structured, where you need to know the plan, where you need to know every single step ahead, or even in the very moment, you need to know everything. You need to be organized. You need to be in control of things, because if you are not in that way, then the world is going to fall apart, and then you might experience being a victim of your own situation, or you might blame other people, or blame all the guides and all the spirits, and you can blame anything and anybody until we get that actually we cannot do that. We need to bring the energy back to ourselves. And while I'm saying this, because I used to feel that way, that very much stuck and blaming that colleague dealing or blaming that conversation or that situation or family member. We can have all different conversations, neighbors, all different things. But then the learning here for us while we are here in our current reality is to bring that awareness forward, that we cannot go down that path. We cannot blame others. We cannot have, even in that way, the anticipation. We can have plans, but we need to have the flexibility to adapt and to adjust our steps, our actions, our way of thinking, because this is what we need to do. Otherwise, our ego comes in and we are very much stuck in the moment. And even when opportunities arise, we might not be able to see those opportunities. So you see, I feel really the conversation is about have that flexibility. Interestingly, I wanted to talk to you about intention. So intention, I'm here in time and I'm thinking of a plan. I'm thinking my plan over there, completing my plan over there somewhere in the future. So I need to get from point A to point B, and I need to set my intention. An intention, putting all the energy behind that, and need to have my plan so I am able to complete whatever I want to complete my action. But then it's absolutely fine, because we need to have that, but we need to have that flexibility and really being with the energy. And then you see, or going with the energy. And then in that sense, if you think that, oh, I'm setting my intention here, and I'm very rigidly trying to control the situation and want to stick with my original plan, we are missing many, many very present moments, the present moments, how they come one after each other. And then you see, in that sense, if you feel that you have embraced that flexibility and the sense of humor and going with the energy, going with the flow and being playful and not really anticipating anything, but accepting and being grateful for what you are experiencing in every single moment, that then in that sense, you can set your intention in every single moment. So if something is not working out, okay, I'm setting my intention, or I'm realigning my energy, or I'm thinking of something, I'm readjusting myself, I'm being flexible, I'm taking a breath, I'm looking around, or maybe stepping back and taking everything in and taking my next action from that space. And in that sense, even if you feel that something is not working out or has not worked out, and you feel very stuck and you feel like being a victim of your current situation, the invitation is really take a step back, take a breath. Maybe you might need to take a day or two just out, nothing or off, not even thinking about your own question. You see, the other day I had a reading with somebody, and then actually quite often it comes up that we really try to make something work, changing a job, changing a situation, moving, or relationship conversations, and we are very rigid and we are constipated with the whole energy. And then very often just taking a day or two out for ourselves, then it brings a different energy. We are able to breathe. We engage with something else. We are talking to other people. We are putting everything to the side. And then when we are coming back to the original conversation a couple of days later, I wanted to say a couple of weeks later, that might be the case as well, that then we are able to see the situation with a fresh eyes, washed face and a clean head and all refreshed energy. And interesting, because my original conversation was about intention, talking about intention. And I started my show here really desperately trying to think in about 5 seconds to think about something banjo. Is still no idea what I'm trying to think of a banjo song. Or, actually, I'm just thinking I should have something, a resource in front of me. So when I get something, I can really quickly just download something and be able to play the banjo, although it might hurt my fingers, So here we go. But then going back to the conversation, so you see, just like how I had the invitation to sing, name a song, it really, I'm not saying put me out of my original track, but then it's always wonderful how in the very moment, we are not stopping. I'm not stopping the show. I'm not sitting here and not talking, especially if you are watching or listening on the radio, and then you would wonder what is the long pause. When you are doing radio, you need to continuously talk and use your voice and being very animated with your presence. So it's not the way. If you feel that in your current life situation you feel very overwhelmed, and in a way how you are dealing with the situation is freezing and not doing anything, not saying anything, not even waving, not even saying anything, or not even showing anything, then you just acknowledge that energy, because once you acknowledge that is the way how I am dealing with the situation, then you are able to change, you are able to move, and then you are able to learn something which is going to help you to move forward. Now, it's quite interesting because I'm still thinking of a banjo song. Can everyone? There is nobody in this room as I'm talking to you, because I would not have anybody here. But I wanted to have some kind of banjo. Come on then, come on then. Oh my goodness me! When you know that you've got 1 minute left at the end of your show, and then you are really desperately trying to think of something. It's like, you see, even with the energy, with the higher dimensional energy, we cannot really know what piece of information we are going to get. I cannot really know how life goes on. And you've got the same situation, you've got you've got you, you've got you've got the same situation. So whether we are living in the present moment or living with the higher dimensional beings and energies, then we just go with the flow, have a playful and joyful energy, and by all means put the music on John Van Denver. Thank God I'm a country boy. So there we go. You see, I am saved, and we are saved. And you see, I'm going to put that music on. And I know last time I was playing the air drums for about 4 days after that song. I already forgot that title, but doesn't matter, because now I'm going to do this one as well. And if you are playing a banjo, play along. By all means, play along. Life is about playing along, going with the flow. Okay. So my lovely friends, 30 seconds here. I was your show host, Zsuzsanna Medium, from www.zsuzannamedium.com. Always 9 letters. You know this very well. You can find it everywhere. And come back in 7 days' time. And Mr. Deep Producer, the team behind the scene, even our psychic radio and Moose TV, thanks very much. This was my show 97, and see you back in 7 days' time. So play your banjo and take the music away, my lovely friend. Thank God I'm a country boy, country girl. Yes, here we go. Bye for now.